गालिबन एक बार साबिक वज़ीर आज़म यूसुफ रज़ा गिलानी साहब ने कहा था कि यहां स्टेट विद इन स्टेट कायम है, जिसे बर्दाश्त नहीं किया जा सकता। दुख की बात यह है कि अब मामला स्टेट विद इन द स्टेट से आगे निकलकर स्टेट अबव द स्टेट तक जा पहुंचा है।
A state above the state. Without taking any names, Nawaz Sharif virtually indicted the Pakistan army for ruining his country. What he said is not new. It is no secret that army generals run Pakistan, but the fact that a former prime minister is saying it is quite significant. How did Nawaz Sharif, once an army puppet himself, turn into such an open critic of Pakistan's all-powerful military? We'll try to understand today. I'll start with the latest. Nawaz Sharif has banned his party members from meeting the Pakistan army. The announcement was made on Twitter. Let me quote from what he said. Recent events once again prove that some meetings are hidden behind 7 curtains and how some are advertised as to the wishes of some. This game needs to stop. In future, no member of our party will meet with representatives of the military and relevant agencies at individual party or personal level to remind them of their compliance, unquote. This is a leader in exile. Some very strong words coming from him. What is Nawaz Sharif talking about? The Pakistan Army's attempts to influence the opposition. Yesterday, we told you how Imran Khan wants to make Gilgit-Baltistan Pakistan's 5th province. There are plenty of benefits for Islamabad and the Pakistan army. It will give Imran Khan's PTI an edge in the upcoming election. It will give his government a strategic edge over India. It will provide more money to the army generals by legitimizing CPEC projects with China. The Pakistan army wants to join this cause. It is clearing the road for a smooth passage of the Ascension Bill. Secret meetings are taking place at the army headquarters. Some opposition leaders have also fallen into this trap, like the governor of Sindh. Mohammad Zubair, a senior leader in Nawaz Sharif's party, he is said to have met the Pakistan army chief twice in recent weeks, along with some other opposition leaders. And these meetings have not gone down well with Nawaz Sharif, and these meetings are the ones he was talking about. His party, remember, recently managed to establish a grand political alliance to take on Imran Khan. So almost all major opposition parties in Pakistan have joined what they're calling the Pakistan Democratic Movement. They plan to carry out a civil disobedience movement to dethrone Imran Khan. The protest will be launched next month. The PMLN, which is Nawaz Sharif's party, plans to continue this campaign at least till January next year. Lawyers, traders, farmers, students, journalists, everybody has been invited to join this movement. It promises to be bigger than the so-called Tsunami March, which Imran Khan had organized in 2014. It was a months-long movement that pushed him into national politics. He went on to become the Prime Minister in 2018 thanks to the Pakistan Army's support. Nawaz Sharif has something similar planned. The only difference is that he is taking on the army as well. He aspires to put an end to the Pakistan Army's control on the civilian government, or at least that's what he's suggesting. So he's openly criticizing army generals. And this is extremely ironic because Nawaz Sharif himself was a puppet in the hands of the Pakistan army at one point in time. He has been prime minister thrice. He has worked under several army generals. In fact, he was among the few civilian leaders to have friendly relations with the military establishment. But that loyalty clearly took him nowhere. He ended up getting deposed by the army general in 1999, that was Pervez Musharraf. Nawaz Sharif was put on trial for corruption. He went into exile. He came back stronger in 2013. He became Prime Minister for the 3rd time. He's said to have told his confidants that he would curtail the role of the army and ensure the supremacy of civilian governments in Pakistan forever. To add to that, the army saw Nawaz Sharif as pro-India. He invited the newly elected Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, to Islamabad. The Pakistan army did not like any of it, so it propped up Imran Khan. Then the Panama leaks happened. The Azadi March followed. The rest, as they say, is history. Nawaz Sharif is 70 years old. He is living in exile in London. He is looking at a comeback of some sort. He is locking horns with the Pakistan army. He's not as powerful. He does not have the public sympathies this time. He's going down politically, but he wants to go down fighting.